everyone, welcome to How to Be Fancy and Happy New Year. To start off the new year for my very first video, I thought it would be fun to take everything back to the basics, and we're going to be talking through hair to start off with, and I think I'm going to be doing one of these at least once a month, maybe a couple a month. We'll see how we get on with it, but I want to take everything, just break it down into the very most basic elements of how I style my hair. This may be a little bit different for everyone depending on your hair type, length, desired finish, all of that, but since I do mostly vintage style with my hair, I thought that's the lens that I would be looking at everything through, and I hope that this will be a really helpful series for you. To start off with today, I wanted to take you through the prep stage. So this is everything I do prior to any kind of heat styling or any kind of wet set or foam roller set. This is anything pre-curl or pre-like styling. Usually I wash my hair about every 4 to 7 days depending on the style that I've done with my hair, how curly it's been. The straighter it is, the more often that I have to wash my hair because it is so straight and fine that it gets oilier faster. The curlier that it is, the less often I have to wash it. Products that I use to wash my hair with, I have been using Olaplex. I've got them upside down because this is how I store them in my shower. It makes it really handy and easy to get to, and it actually says on the bottle to store them upside down. I use the Olaplex number 4, it's the Bond maintenance shampoo, and then I also use the number 5, which is the conditioner. I find that because I don't wash my hair every day, these last me about 4 to 6 months. I'm gonna go through shampoo a little bit faster than conditioner, just because I use other hair masks in place of regular conditioner on a pretty regular basis. The thing that I like about Olaplex is that they don't have any sulfates. They are vegan and cruelty-free. They do have a little bit of SLS, so if you're trying to stay away from that, just note that it is in the ingredient list, but it's pretty far down, and overall I've really enjoyed using these. I get them at Sephora, you can get them on Amazon. I just like to find as many coupon codes as I can because they are kind of pricey. So a couple of times a month I will use a special hair mask on my hair just to give it a little bit of extra moisture. Again, my hair is pretty fine, but I have a lot of it and it is very dry from color treating. So typically I use something like this. This is one of my all-time favorites. This is the Macadamia Professional Nourishing Moisture Mask. They have a few different levels of moisture in these, and I usually get the one that's right in the middle. If I get the one that's super rich, I find that it weighs my hair down too much. I can't get it all kind of out of my hair, and that's just really not what I'm going for. I want to soften the ends of my hair rather than weigh all of my hair down because I do still want some nice volume in there. So this does the trick for me. I put it in, leave it in about 10 minutes, rinse it out, and we are good to go. Another option that I really like are these bright masks. They come in various different formulas depending on your hair type. This one is the coconut one for colored hair. I really like these too. Once all of that is done, I usually just kind of comb through my hair using a wide tooth comb like this one. And once I've kind of just combed that out, then I take something like this. This is my favorite one. I've used it like crazy and it's all kind of rough and gross and dirty, but it is what it is. This is the Alterna Bamboo Smooth Anti-Breakage Thermal Protectant, and I just take a few little pumps of that, like 3 or 4 pumps of that, rub it in my hands, and then I run it through the ends of my hair. And I like to focus all of my products down at the end of my hair to start with, just because that's where the most damage is. And then once I've got the majority of that in the bottom, I will take the rest and just kind of run it through the rest of my hair. It kind of helps just keep the frizz at bay. I don't use this as a heat protectant. It's more just to kind of smooth down my hair, almost like a little bit of a leave-in conditioner. And you can go in with that comb and comb through it a little bit just to get out tangles. I try not to comb my hair too much when it's in the in-between wet to dry phase, because that's when hair is most vulnerable to breakage. Now, I do my very best to not use a blow dryer as often as possible. That's not always possible when you need to get out the door. So when I do dry my hair, this is the little guy that I use. This was sent to me, I believe last year, maybe the year before. It's the Acevia. It's their smaller hair dryer, and I really really like this. It's probably one of the best hair dryers I've ever had. The boy is always talking to me about if this thing ever breaks, we have to like track it down because it is so good. Both of my towels are in the dryer, but usually I will use a microfiber towel just for a few minutes on your hair. I know it's bad to leave it on for a really long time, but I do find that it helps to have something to wrap my hair up and just to soak up water for a couple minutes while I do my skincare or whatever. And then once my hair is about to the state that it's in, it's about 90% dry and I am just ready to go ahead and style it, then I will take my hair dryer and use that. This one's cool because it has the hot, warm, and cool setting, and then it's also got a high and a low setting, and it does have a cool shot button as well if you are interested in that. I like to set my hair dryer to warm, and then I turn it all the way up on high when I dry my hair, just to keep as much heat off my hair but to get it done as quickly as possible. So when I'm drying my hair, I start with the warm setting and I dry all of my root area because I find that the easier way to dry your hair is to start with the roots and then work your way down to the ends, and it also keeps the heat off of the ends of your hair for as long as possible. And I also, once I've kind of done my like really quick root dry, I flip my hair over and dry the underside. This also gives me a little bit more volume and lift in my end results. Then once I flip it back over, I just kind of start using the brush to smooth everything down and under. And you can see I really flip my hair into a bunch of different positions, so I don't keep everything along any kind of part line. I really want to just get the air up underneath the hair to keep it lifted and full and to keep me from having any sort of like flat part lines. Finally, the very last thing that I do is switch the little temperature button over to cool and give it a cool shot, and that just really helps bring the shine back into the hair, and I use that from root all the way down to the tips. The very last thing that I do before heat styling or curling my hair is use the Kenra Hot Spray. This is kind of like a firm hold setting spray and a heat protectant all in one. And I just spray this kind of throughout the whole thing. I think I mentioned this before, but it's really hard to spray this bottle, but I love the product itself. So I just kind of painfully spritz through it. Do the best that you can with what you've got. If you need to, you can always section your hair off so that you're not just getting all of that product on the top layer and nothing on the underneath side. I don't have a clip here, so I'm just going to hold it here and do my best to spray at the bottom. You can see how difficult this is. Why they gotta make it so hard. Then once that is all through, I'm just going to take my Tangle Teezer or my wide tooth comb and brush that to evenly distribute it even more. Once that is in, you want to make sure that it is completely 100% dry, and then you are ready to move on into styling, curling, whatever you need to do to your hair. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions, any little details that you might want or need to know about prepping your hair for curling it or styling it. I'm happy to answer what I can. Next time I'm going to be talking about all of the tools that you'll need for vintage styling specifically. So look forward to that video coming out next, and then we'll get into a bunch of different curling and styling techniques. I want to go from a wet set all the way to heat styling and show you each of those different methods and kind of the results that you'll get from them and which one of them is my preferred method, my favorite method. So I'm looking forward to filming the series for you. I hope that you like it. Leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already. All of the things. I hope you guys are having a happy new year, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.